running, fam. Let's go, it's back to man.
We are live.
We are live.
We are live.
Did I say welcome to the main event?
Run that thing, brother. You mad?
Oh, man.
Behave before you talk about what I'm talking about, yeah?
Disclaimer.
Run that thing back. Nah, man, stay there in your corner, man. Run that thing back, fam. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
We are live, guys. I'm Joe, one third of the Cyber Nerds.
Raven your GS.
Mr. Blister!
And welcome. What's this movie actually called? Godzilla vs. Kong. Is that what it's actually called?
It's actually called.
It's actually called that. Bruv, I don't know. But look, ladies and gentlemen, we're here to review the whole thing. Now, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, and hit the thumbs up because you know this video and this review is going to be lit. Now, also, just a quick thing. We've got verified on Twitter. So, thank you. Appreciate you. If you haven't already followed us on Twitter, do that. We're also 1,000 followers away from 10k on Instagram. So, go follow us there. And all of them things, innit? But, do you know what, yeah?
Spoilers!
Yeah, alright, this is a full-on hardcore spoiler review, innit? So, if you ain't seen the movie, I mean, if you don't care about watching the movie, watch the review. And if you do watch the movie, come back. Or just watch the review and watch the movie.
8 hands, Godzilla toes, everything.
Get me? It's actually mad because if you're wondering why we're wearing robes, it's because, like, obviously we was Team Godzilla, Raven was Team Kong, and, like, yeah, man, Kong gets his ass beat.
So does Godzilla.
And
So does
Mecha.
And so does Mecha, innit? So it's mad. Like, for me, I want to start with one thing that I feel like these lot did right, and this is just jumping to the end of the movie, talking about the beef between King Kong and Godzilla. And for me, what I really appreciate in this is that there's a definitive winner in that fight. And I think for movies like this, when you're like, oh, well, they're going to fight, but then they're going to team up, I feel like you still have to answer the question of who wins that fight, bruv. And I love the way they did it in this movie, and then everything for me after that is just extra, bruv. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like just added caveat onto the thing. So just from a storytelling perspective, I love what they did there, bruv, with that. The beef in this, like, this is for me, is the best monster movie I've ever seen.
No,
1,000%.
1,000%.
Bruv, what?
What?
We've got Resistance.
King of the Monsters! Over this! I've got to disagree, bro.
You think King of the Monsters is better than this?
I enjoyed King of the Monsters more than this.
Nah, bro.
Monster fighting level, monster destruction level, on a well-10. King of the Monsters is still king of the monster movies.
There is more body counts here than
King of the Monsters!
Yeah, bro.
I don't know.
2 cities over the whole world. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna
cities.
stop because
I'm with Sam on the body count. We're talking about human casualties.
Yeah.
Nah, human casualties is more in King of the Monsters. But for me, the mythology that we dive into here is untouched. Like, where they went to the little Godzilla little place, the little core of the earth, ain't got nothing to do with this upside down hollow planet thing, bruv.
Right.
Like, that level there, you're taking that, then you're adding Kong and Godzilla, the story of getting a definitive answer if these two beef, what would happen, and the mecha, bruv, that tied in with the brain from King of the Monsters. Fam, nah, bruv.
Even on the fighting level.
Bruv, I'm not even taking it deep to that thing there. I'm just talking about that, bruv. Nah, bruv, you're moving mad with that.
Nah, I feel
the whole hollow planet Earth thing, bruv.
that's lit.
Come on, bruv. For me, it's no way, bruv.
You know what? It makes sense in it. My man likes popcorn flick movies, isn't it?
This is one of them.
Bruv, like that's actually a mad thing to say, but
It
I guess that's your take on the move, innit? Me, bruv, this thing, yeah, it's just taken to a whole nother level.
100%.
And what this movie tells me is that we can make monster movies with less humans. With no humans. This is what this movie has told me. From time they go, sorry, I'm over here spitting and that.
Man salivating over how good the movie is.
It's bad. Bruv, yeah, we have never witnessed like this kind of mythology when we're talking about monsters, bruv. Yo, they go into a whole different part of planet Earth, bruv, where there's just monsters, different type of monsters, bruv. And you know what's deeper about that is that, you know, this whole beef between Kong and Godzilla. It's like, yo, Godzilla up here, Kong and these people in this little, like, this is Earth. Godzilla like rules this blue ball, and inside this blue ball there's this little hollow place where this man and these people rule, fam.
I don't know about that.
Like obviously,
as well, bro.
Yeah, bruv. That's Godzilla's thing, bruv.
Bruv, but
that's Godzilla's thing as well, fam.
It's mad. Well, I guess yeah. It doesn't.
Bruv, man sat on the throne and put the key in,
and
Godzilla's like Godzilla runs the universe, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't rule that, but the whole thing about it, bruv, that's mad.
One of the things that I love about this, and when we're talking about the mythology, is like these man 100% rip bare stuff from Pacific Rim.
Okay.
They rip all of it, fam. But for me, they do it so much better, and then they add stuff to it, bruv. Like having a portal that takes you from wherever you're at to the kaiju world. Yeah, I think is bruv. Like the way they peppered that in, bruv. Hollow World, all of that, Hello Earth, bruv. I think it was sick, bruv. So it's like, I love that they borrowed from other monster movies, but made it better. Tried to add a level of like realistic science to it, bruv, and all of this stuff, fam. Bruv, come on, man. Bruv. And the movie's beautiful, bruv. The shots in the movie, sick, bruv.
The fact there is 2 layers of gravity inside the thing is a madness.
Bruv, it's got Millie Bobby Brown in it, and they're talking about a whole new upside down in it, fam. It's mad, fam. No. They went in, fam.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if this is actually like from a source material, like comics or whatever, but this thing here is a madness, bruv. I didn't think they would take it this deep in when we're talking about mythology, history, like all of that, bruv. That's just mind blowing. The whole world looks nuts. Sorry guys, we're watching the thing right now.
Go on, Sam. I want to hear more. I want to hear more from you, Sam.
Yeah. So the thing I like the most, like, call me George and give me a monkey's uncle. Yeah, is definitely the fights in this movie, because not only do we just get one fight from Godzilla vs Kong, we got 2, which I wasn't really expecting. Obviously, there's always that build up to when usually the guys on the title usually fight, but we got one at sea, which is pretty early. I was like, right, they're fighting right now. That was super lit. Even like, it was more Godzilla's territory. Obviously, like even throughout the whole movie, they kind of made like Kong the like hero of the story in some kind of sense. So even when man was underwater, I couldn't like breathe or whatever, you're kind of thinking, oh, man's like obviously already in trouble. Like, how is man meant to escape this? Then obviously Godzilla's kind of like the villain until like the last 1/3 of the movie. And you're like, oh, the way Godzilla's moving, he's moving kind of mad. That fight was super sick. I like that fight. And obviously the end fight in
death match, bro.
Hong Kong.
That was a death match.
That was super sick. I felt like Pacific Rim was like the neon lights and stuff. That lighting thing was definitely super crazy.
You know what? Yeah, I know you guys keep saying Pacific Rim, yeah, but I don't want to actually credit Pacific Rim because we all know where this comes from.
Which is
Neo is it Genesis?
No, Evangelion?
Yeah, Evangelion. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, it actually came from them, man. And then, I guess, Hollywood turned that into Pacific Rim. And they called that.
So, it's just like the whole kaiju thing.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that's sick as well is that, like, they really do set up the whole kind of Captain America, Iron Man beef in this, where it's like, it's fine to be on either side. And it's like, both sides, what they do better in this than in Civil War and better than they do it in Batman vs Superman is like, bruv, no one's wrong, fam, and everyone wins. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're Team Godzilla, the whole time you're like, bruv, these men are on job, Godzilla's doing the right thing. But then you're also like, yeah, well, Kong's just helping out and doing the right thing also. But then at the end, it's like, yeah, Godzilla finishes Kong, bruv. Finishes, man. So you're like, in this beef, Godzilla wins. But Kong gets to come back and has the finishing blow and gets the victory shot of MechaGodzilla's head with the assist from Godzilla, fam. So you're like, bruv, so everyone is legit, bruv. Everyone is legitly happy, bruv. Bruv. It's like, bruv, you answer the question of who wins the fight, but at the same time, like, yo, bruv, Kong gets to win, gets his own damn near planet. Do you know what I'm saying? And Godzilla's like, yo, fam. I'm just bruv, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm out here, bruv.
You know what's one thing that got me thinking that they didn't really show in this movie is that how did Kong get involved in this? Do you know what I'm saying? Like they give us a little backstory how a storm wiped out the island.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But how much like did they wipe the island out like completely off planet Earth?
Yeah, that's actually
You know what I'm
mad.
saying? So
Yeah, that's
I actually want those questions answered because how did these two get here? Because when we were in King of the Monsters, Godzilla's not part of it. Godzilla's just in Skull Island minding his own business.
You say Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So how does he now, like in the middle of nowhere, he's captured, he's inside this little dome, and now they want to use him.
No, but
That's still in Skull Island.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Containment is
Skull
during the
Island.
storm. So outside the thing, you see it's rainforest, it's dark and everything.
Yeah.
So they've captivated him in a place where that part can't get destroyed.
and that's why he's not part of that beef. Because they was like, oh, we've captured him,
So-
we've secured man here,
So during-
so Godzilla won't go after him.
During
I would say he was in there, bro.
during King of the Monsters,
He was in there.
He's
Yeah,
captivated.
yeah.
But so would you say if when they were doing the beam thing to draw the animals in King of the Monsters, would Godzilla Kong would it then also be activated by that and go towards Ghidorah?
I would say no, because maybe he's in that
Yeah,
force,
okay.
No,
that
but if he
containment.
wasn't- but
if he wasn't, then yeah, bro, he's just another one of them, bro.
He
Yeah.
would have gone. Okay,
Yeah, fam.
okay.
I think the only difference between Kong and all of the other monsters is that people side with Kong. Do you get what I'm saying? And these men have got him captured, bro, because it was like some of the other monsters weren't actually doing crud.
Yeah,
Do you get what I'm saying?
out
They
there.
were just
They
there,
were just
bro.
sleeping, they
Yeah,
were
bro. They were
sleeping.
just there, bro, and then they just got activated. They start moving, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, fam.
But
It's like
I think there's a little difference between Kong and those monsters, because just like they've shown here, where there's a sign language communication with Kong, if we come to think about like the interaction between humans and other animals, the apes are the closest things that we can communicate besides dogs.
I hear what you're
like,
saying there,
all of
but,
that.
but I totally disagree, because I'm gonna think that if you go back to like ancient times when these monsters were moving around, I bet you all of them had a people
Like
that
a
worship them
civilization,
and that
yeah.
understand and worked with them in their communities,
have
bro.
they shown that?
They've not, but I would just believe, because, bruv, look at, whenever we go into it, it's always like showing like the scriptures and the hieroglyphics of Kong or Godzilla, bruv. For me, I'm like, yeah, well, obviously, there must be these same things for these other things on different places. And
So
that's
like
why I was
the
like,
Mayans might have been
100%,
here. these man over
100%,
here,
bro.
That's cool.
100%,
That's
bro.
cool. But then again, it goes back to me saying, yo, you guys have to show these things. You have to don't just be like, yo, there was a storm, wiped out the tribe, and
See-
boom, she's the only survivor. The
We're
little girl's
nerds,
doing-
Raven.
Do you know what
We're
I'm saying?
nerds, bro.
But listen,
We want that. These men are going to be like,
come on,
no
you
one
can't
wants to
skip
hear
that.
about
That's
the
very
Bulbasaur looking
important.
thing, fam.
That's very important. You can't skip that.
Bruv, it's
You know what I'm
important for...
saying?
bruv, I agree with you, fam. I agree with you, bruv. But this is why I feel like in my mind, I just make...
Man,
I just
the
put that...
bridge.
Yeah, I just put that stuff together, because it's like, I take what you're showing me and I... like quantify, and I put that on the things that you kind of didn't show me but are there, bruv. It's like, bruv, how can we have the huge butterfly thing coming out of the volcano and not think that back in the day, these in Apocalypto, they pray to the volcano, bruv.
Yeah. So that could be that monster in-
Exactly,
that's
bruv.
it.
That's exactly what I'm talking about,
But
bruv.
then, you
That
know
has
what?
to be there,
But
bruv.
then, you know, there's
Even-
4 movies.
Bruv, I hear you, fam.
Listen, you gotta give us 2 more movies to finish
But
that whole thing.
the general public don't know about them monsters, so it's like, that's why I feel
That's
like
why they got the Cybernetics.
That's why I feel like they
to make
wouldn't
them
take a
aware of
chance on
these
them,
things.
bruv. But it's mad, because even when they go to Hollow Earth, bruv, as soon as you get there, bare other creatures, fam. Bare other creatures,
Mad,
bruv.
bruv.
So you gotta know
And
that,
they're so smart too.
bruv. You gotta know that these things are coming through, fam. You gotta know these things have been on Earth, bruv.
And here's the thing. Now we have to go and tap into these monsters as well, because as we saw, Kong was fighting with one of them, and that animal was at disadvantage, and he just used something that almost killed Kong.
Bruv, use this web. The
Bro,
web
no,
on
it was
its
that
wing.
was- it
Its
was
wing.
like a wing,
Yeah, the web on its
And then
wing,
it's just-
bruv.
Bro, that is super cool. We need to see more of that.
But it's like, how deep are those stories for those monsters compared to Kong and Godzilla?
Bruv,
Because
that-
even King Ghidorah, bruv, that's an alien that came down to try and take over Earth. So even that story within itself is deep.
We need to dive into stuff, because that's stuff that there would be no record of with human beings because they're down in the hollow. We need to tap that.
Bruv, it's sick all the way around, man. But I just think that, like, these, man, like, WB have, like, legitly made the sickest monster universe, bruv. And it's like, even if, like, obviously, we was talking about them continuing it. And I would think that what would be sick is that movie that you're talking about, in between Skull Island and in between King of the Monsters, where it shows the kind of stuff that Kong was on, bruv. But even if we don't get those movies, I feel like this 4-movie set is just gangster, bruv.
Yeah.
It is gangster, fam. Get me, bruv. I love everything about this. And it's like, even though I always hate humans being involved, I felt like in this, bruv,
It was less.
it was less.
Yeah.
And they was the worst part of the movie,
They
as
were,
always.
yeah.
They're always, I don't care, listen, it doesn't matter what actors you get, it doesn't matter how, bruv, you can put Leonardo DiCaprio in this, fam, yeah? When he's on screen, it's going to be the worst part of the movie because man comes for King Kong and Godzilla, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? But in this, they did it in a way where it was like, alright and acceptable, and it weren't too much, bruv.
Nah, I disagree.
You think it was just still too much?
What first it was a good mix between seeing the monsters. Like I said, I wasn't expecting to get Kong and Godzilla mad early, but I feel like the team that was with Kong, that was a good, solid team.
Balance.
Good actor.
Because he was there the whole time.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that team was super legit. They were like talking about the mythology, was getting like loads of backstory from them. And then when it comes to the Godzilla team, I feel like they were a
Millie
bit
Bobby
too
Brown
much.
and that.
Yeah. They were too much. The guy was a bit too much. I was like, I didn't mind the comedy, but it's almost like the tone of the movie was so serious at the beginning. I don't know why it didn't follow through. I don't even mind minor jokes. If the guy was just like doing minor jokes or just stuff to distract people inside the facility,
Yeah.
I'm like, alright, cool. But
This is mad.
they continued the comedic stuff. I was like, right, this is actually quite grating. So when it comes to the end of the movie, then both human teams are just a waste. I'm like, now everyone should just get X.
See, it's mad to me because it's like, fam, for the guy who just, I'm not in love with the comedy. I thought the comedy was fine because I just understood I've got to get through this comedy bit to get back to what I want to get to. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like maybe my expectations on the human side of it were already so low that there was no way they could disappoint me. So I was just like, all right, cool, we'll get through. Bruv, that's how, bruv, when it comes to these things, I don't want to see no humans at all.
So man's conditioned himself to just be like...
100, bruv. How many of these have we watched, bruv? And there's bare other movies that you go to the Transformers, bruv, where 80% of the movie is humans and 20% is this. And here, I'll say we're at least at 60-40, bruv.
Yeah.
And if we're 60-40 and you're giving me
Man's
the mythology
winning. Man's
and you're
winning.
giving me the beef, bruv, I can't ask for more, bruv, because these studios won't give me more, bruv. So I feel like I was on a good playing field with all of it. And like I said, bruv, the human parts are always going to be the worst. But the level that they took the monster stuff surpassed how dead the human stuff was so much that, bruv, I can't complain about it, fam. Especially after coming off watching the Transformers and Bumblebee and all this nonsense, bruv.
And that's what I agree with Raven, where now we've literally got to a point where we don't need any humans, and since we've got the Hollow Earth, we just need all of that and no humans whatsoever.
Bruv,
All
listen,
monsters.
there's nothing I would want more than that, fam. I just don't believe a studio believed that they could just get away with it, fam. And I don't know why, because you're mad, but bruv, in fact, to be honest, you set the whole thing up, but even if set it up with humans there anyway. So
yeah, that's a bit disappointing. I think there's two things that disappoint me in this movie. Them being at the Hollow World and Kong being cool with it, and the brother who survived, who they redeemed, bruv, he should have been gone. He should have died. He should have died. Like, his redemption should have been, yo, I'm setting this thing up to restart Kong's heart. Boom, I'm done. Like, my legacy's here. Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe you do a memorial for him, wherever that may be. But this guy should have not lived, bruv.
yeah, they did not commit to that at all, bruv. And I said it, bruv, guys, listen, if you want to watch us watch this, patreon.com/Cybernerds, our full watch along there. It's mad, bruv. It's mad. But I say it, as soon as I see the guy looking at the picture of his dead brother, I said, yeah, he's making it, bruv. Bruv, because it's bait. They do this all the time and it was so obvious, bruv. So it's like, that, but like I said, the human part of it I'd already switched off to, bruv. But there's no way this brother should have survived that thing, bruv.
I was saying it.
He should have been dead, and that would have been the best. Like, that would have been the best thing, bruv.
Yeah.
Because you need one of the main characters to die, fam. And it's mad because they committed on murking all the villains, bruv. The dad got waxed, the daughter got waxed, or the evil family, bruv. One of the good guys has got to go down as well, fam. Like, and he would have been perfect for it because he was kind of on crud in the beginning. Then, you know what I'm saying? He should have sacrificed himself to save Kong, and then that was it, bruv.
But somehow you had a broken leg and time skipped from Kong's long body to get a long enough
edit
jump.
was mad. That edit was
To
mad.
Kong's
streets.
body's a mile at least, bruv.
Either way, bro.
And then they just cut to the scene where he's off and running, fam.
Yeah,
That
skipping.
thing had a 10-second charge, bruv, and he had one leg, bruv. Nah, they was moving mad on that, bruv.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, seeing this scene, I want to see the Great War, fam. Because you seen that hole, man needs to see that. I can't remember where did I see? Was it the in Hobbit where they go underground and there's been like mad massacre from way back, like a great battle. That's what this scene remind me of. So if we ever get extra whatever monster movie, that would be great to see, to watch. That Great War, do you know what I mean? Because someone was wielding that axe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And how did they come to understand, yo, I can use one of Godzilla's whatever you may call it.
Atomic power.
Yeah.
Like scales
The
or whatever.
scale
Like,
thing, yeah. And use it as a weapon, bruv.
Bruv, but you gotta think, bruv, if these men have been beefing for time,
Need that.
do you know what I'm saying?
Need
But
that.
even then, I would still think that maybe it came back to another greater monster that Kong and
They
Godzilla
came
had to-
together.
again.
I
Because
don't know,
like
bruv.
someone else's bone and a towel from Godzilla's
There's
back.
Yeah,
one-
but think,
there's-
but think about it. If you're one of the Kongs, yeah, and you find a dead Godzilla after your beef, and you're like, bruv, what can we do here? And you just take one of the piece out, you connect it to one of his bones, and then you can use that as a shield against the atomic blast, because obviously it absorbs it, and you can use it to fight back, bruv. So, bruv, that's just
Yeah, it goes
them
a
man
long
having
ways.
smart, and you know what I'm saying, like adapting to the time, bruv, which Kong does sickly in this movie, bruv. Like whenever man's at a disadvantage, it's like man just starts adapting, bruv. Like, oh, I'll use this, I'll use that, whatever, you get me, fam. But you just can't beat that natural raw power of Godzilla.
I love how they used Ghidorah's remains, and then that overtakes the MechaGodzilla, and that's when it's like, yo, humans are completely out of this fight, and that's one of the best decisions they made for this movie, because they'd be like, yo, yeah, human beings, you know, we have our way of thinking, but animals, when it comes to survival, overpass us, bro.
Yeah.
Like on the 1,000% scale. So I'm glad they did that, and my man's brain got fried, and Ghidorah's took over, bro.
Yeah.
That was sick.
Yeah, bruv. They tap into that so much through this movie, saying that, oh, look, you guys are dealing with something you don't understand, stay out of this, blah, 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 blah. And I love that, like, just the explanation of that. Ghidorah's neck is so long that brain functions from there to his body takes too long, so it sends psychic messages through each other. Bruv,
Crazy.
bruv.
That's lit.
That's, you know what I'm saying? And then I even thought, like, on the low, they was kind of taking a shot at Pacific Rim when they fry man's brain, like, yo, you can't have you, man, controlling this kind, like,
It's too
nah,
much.
yeah,
It's
bruv.
too
Like,
much,
I feel like
bruv.
that was a shot,
Too
bruv.
much.
Do you know what I'm saying? So, bruv,
It's
man
too
loved
much.
everything about this, fam.
Yeah,
Like,
man. And Godzilla didn't care, bruv. Godzilla was on point. Like when it came to like city, bruv, destroying everything, because it was just like, I had enough of you, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that I gravitate more like with for Godzilla instead of Kong, because like, yo, Kong, you're moving with these man too much. Like there's got to be a point where you got to show, yo, you man, do you know what I mean? Because he came from Skull Island.
You threw a jet.
Okay, compared, yeah, but he had no choice. He was in the water, bro. Like, he's at death, fam. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he's like, yo, if he comes from Skull Island, where the tribe people worship my man, bruv, at some point you gotta have enough. You gotta draw the barrier between you and the humans, bruv. You can't be just. It's too much, bruv. Like that annoyed me a little bit.
I hear that, and that's what I was saying, like, during the thing, like, it gives me the Batman vs Superman vibes, but not from the movie, from the Dark Knight Returns, bruv, where Superman is
working for the government.
working with the government, fam, and that's how I felt like Kong was. Like, Kong's out here working with the government, and then Godzilla's out here on the Batman thing, like, yo, I'm just out here doing what's right. I don't care what you man say.
Exactly.
And then the agency's against man, bruv.
Kong, to a sense, was manipulated though.
100%, 100%,
The only
fam.
person that can communicate with him is a child, so a child's only going to listen to an adult. And even in that woman, she's obviously in two minds about everything, but it's like, you know what you're doing is wrong, yeah, you're just going with it anyway. Obviously, she didn't want to give, the child was like, yeah, save family. She was like, I don't know. But the child was like, I'm just going to say everything regardless anyway. Because even she seemed kind of fascinated with where everything was kind of going.
Yeah, man.
But again, she's a child,
Bruv,
which is just mad.
I do feel like it's mad the way they try to manipulate Kong, bruv, but that humans are gonna use what they can use to get what they want, bruv. So it's all
That's
mad.
it.
But yeah, man. Fire. Yo, God, look at this.
It's mad.
Listen.
Atomic breath fire.
Yeah, you guys got to get to the watch along. But look, jump in the comment section below and let us know what do you think of Godzilla vs Kong. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you team Kong? Are you team Godzilla? Did you jump sides? Are you now team both? Was you team whatever? Should there be more movies? Should we make a whole new universe? Like, what do you want to see Hollow Earth? Like, there's so many questions from this thing. But the real question is have you subscribed to the channel? Are you subscribed to us on Patreon? Are you following us on Twitter? Are you following us on Instagram? I'm Joe, one further the Cyber Nerds.
Raving your GS.
Sam, Mr. Blitzstick.
And we'll see you next time on another video.